Welcome back to What the Flicks. I'm Harrison.
And I'm Gabby.
If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe on this video. Leave a comment down below. If you're listening to this on Spotify, make sure you follow us there, and you'll get notifications of when we upload. And all of our social media links are in the description below. What we got today, Gabby?
Since the Avatar The Last Airbender little reboot, live action reboot is coming out this weekend? This
Actually, I
week?
think it's like in a couple of days now.
Yeah. So by the
Yeah.
time we post this, it'll be up. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that we should go ahead and cover that. We would have covered it last week, but I wasn't feeling well. So
Yeah, it's all good. We're happy to see y'all beautiful faces now, or I hope y'all are happy to see us.
yeah, I think you meant vice versa. But
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Tomato, potato.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about the original Avatar The Last Airbender show and give a few
Mm-hmm.
thoughts about what's going on with the Avatar The Last Airbender TV reboot.
Live action, pretty much.
Yeah. And then I have a
Yeah.
few little side thoughts about a couple things I've seen online about the new X-Men series.
Hey, yep. She just told me about it last night. I was like, "Excuse me."
So let's dive right on in. So one of the first things that I wanted to talk about when it came to oh my god, not the X-Men series, the Avatar series, the original was okay. So the original came out on Nickelodeon early 2000s. It was honestly it's still regarded as one of the best TV shows, which
Mm-hmm.
it's up in the air of as if whether it counts as anime or not, but it
Really?
is still, yes, it is always
Yeah.
been up
No,
in the air
yeah.
as whether it
That makes
because it
sense.
wasn't made in Japan. So
Yeah, just like Boondocks in a way.
right. So even though it has anime elements, it's still like it's up in the air whether it is anime or not.
Mm-hmm.
But it is very anime-esque. It's been such a good show
It's
for
too
so long.
good.
It was it the writing
Mm-hmm.
didn't it was honestly one
Character
of the
development, everything.
best shows on Nickelodeon. It was
I
the
say
best
that.
show on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I think to
Cause
me it's top 5 cartoons on Nickelodeon, maybe top 10.
on all three channels, I would say, out of Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon,
That's not
and
a hot
Disney
take.
Channel,
Yeah, that's not a
that's
hot
not
take.
this is
Mm-mm.
I would say it was the best show on all three channels.
It got
Name me a more complex show on either channel.
if we're talking about complexity, yeah, and character
Like
development, yeah.
best written. I'm talking to like best written. I'm not talking about like most one of your like most entertaining or your most
Right,
like ha
right,
ha 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 ha
right.
shows. I'm talking
Um,
about your most the best written.
I'm
I would
trying to
give that to
think.
Avatar.
I'm going down the encyclopedia of my brain for how many shows I watched. Uh Yeah, that's not a hot take. That's not a hot take.
Yeah. I would
I can agree with that. I can agree with that
yeah.
because like I said, the complexity of that show
Mm.
and of the character development too, and all the cliffhangers too was just spot on. Like, yeah, you didn't get anything better than that.
I don't think you could. Avatar was just a wee bit beyond everything else.
It
I
was beyond its time.
it was there's something that I can't even speak to. It was, and I think that I didn't even watch all of it when I was younger because
Um,
we went through a couple times where we didn't have cable, so I couldn't finish it.
mm,
So it wasn't until Netflix started that I got to finish it.
Yeah.
Because I got to watch it on Netflix. Um, when you could get like Netflix on DVDs,
Hmm.
like that's like tell me you're old without telling me you're old. Like the early Netflix, not Netflix when it was on TV, but Netflix when it was you could get the DVDs,
Hmm.
and like oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Then I sat down and I got to watch all of not all of Netflix, all of Avatar, and I got
Hmm.
to watch book one, book two, and book three. And that's when I was like, okay, now I see what
It's
the hype
done.
for this show
It's
was.
done for.
I
This
get
is
to see
fire.
what it is. Yeah,
Hmm.
no pun intended.
I think for me, I didn't. I think I only watched a couple episodes. Um, when I was younger, and then I just stopped watching it. Your guess is as good as mine as far as why I stopped watching it. Um, but I rewatched it in college,
Mm,
and I immediately got hooked. I got hooked after like the first episode, at least I'll say a good second episode, because bruh, it's relatable. It's witty. It's like it brought me back. You literally grow with the show, in my opinion. Like
mm,
especially when you're like when you're grown. Well, in college, are you really grown? But um, like you grow with the show. Like
mm.
Aang being like this little kid, but he matures in like season 3. It's just magnificent.
Yeah.
Just high quality content. That is the
Mhm.
essence of it. And
There.
pretty much
Mm,
no, I was just gonna give like an overview of the show. So pretty much Avatar Last Airbender, if y'all haven't seen it, which I hope y'all have, because come on now.
right. You
Um
should really watch it before listening to this episode because
mhm.
there's gonna be spoilers.
Yeah, all throughout. Pretty much Avatar Last Airbender is about this kid named Aang who's about maybe 12. Um and pretty much he's the last of his kind from the air temple. There's four element. I mean, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, four elements. There's earth, water, air, and fire. And pretty much the Fire Nation wiped out everybody except for like the Earth Kingdom. And Aang is the last airbender, pretty much. And he's been stuck in the ice for 100 years. And in that 100 year span, Fire Nation said, I'm gonna wipe out all of y'all and take out all of y'all, pretty much. Take over the whole world. That's their plan.
But the reason why he wiped out all the airbenders is because the Avatar, which is the master of all four elements,
Mm-hmm.
basically is born into one of the basically the kingdoms each time a new avatar is born, and they got
Yep.
word that basically the next avatar was supposed to be an airbender, and because the Fire Nation didn't want a new avatar to be born, they were like trying to break off the cycle because the last avatar was a firebender,
Yep.
and so they were trying to break off the cycle and they wiped out all of the avatars. I mean, not all the avatars, all the airbenders
Yep.
was basically their plan. But
Yep.
Aang had already ran away, so he was
Mm-hmm.
still alive.
Yep. And he solidified himself in a block of ice. And these two siblings, Sokka and Katara, um, found him,
Mhm.
found him accidentally. Um, and pretty much they go on this quest for Aang to learn all the elements, so that way he can defeat the Fire Nation.
And
Um,
Aang, I mean, Katara and Sokka are Water Tribe.
hmm And Katara is the waterbender in the family. Sokka is that pretty much comic relief, but also he's brain smart sometimes.
And Sokka's character is actually one of my favorite characters, like writing wise, because
Hmm.
he starts off almost completely comic relief, but he becomes so much more than that.
Yeah. I love that about it. I love that. Like,
Like they take his character and yes, he's comic relief. Yes, he's supposed to be the goofball or whatever he's supposed to be. Like, oh yeah, everything is so dumb and I don't know why we're doing this. It's so useless that we're doing this, but it doesn't take long for his character to start to grow.
mm-hmm.
You know, you see it
Yep.
with when they get to the Northern Water Tribe because there's the water tribes are split into the Southern and Northern Water Tribe. And I did that backwards. I did Southern.
I'm gonna make you cut.
Southern and Northern Water Tribe. And they get to the Northern Water Tribe because the Southern Water Tribe is where Sokka and Katara are from,
Mm-hmm.
which was actually attacked uh,
Fire
by the
Nation.
Fire Nation, and their mother was killed.
Mm-hmm.
When they get to the Northern Water Tribe, which is actually a more strict area, there's like the more royal area.
Yep.
Um, like when they get there, he falls in love with the princess.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that, you see him being around her and being really gracious around her, even though she's actually engaged.
Yep. And she
In
likes
an
him
arranged
too,
marriage.
but
Yeah.
of course, yeah, arranged marriage.
And in the end, the one of the best episodes where she turns into the moon.
Yeah.
It's gotta be
Mm-hmm.
so awful. Your first girlfriend turns into a
Yeah.
into
Turns
the
into the
moon.
moon. Because he was fighting for it. He literally went to battle for her. He signed up because they were preparing for the Fire Nation to come, and Sokka, well, the head honcho of the Northern Water Tribe is, of course, the princess's father, and Sokka, well, the head honcho said, if anybody wants to fight, it's no guarantee that you're gonna live. Like, we're going up against the Fire Nation, hey, it is what it is. And Sokka said, I would go. And you see the tear on UA's face. I was like, that's how you know she love him. That
Mhm.
like that character. The writers of Avatar: The Last Airbender, they should have had some type of awards. I don't know about any awards that they got. If they hadn't, I'm never gonna forgive some people who didn't vote for them. Cause and plus Sokka as a swordsman too. Ooh, bruh. After he lost Boomerang, it was all right. We're getting too detailed in this, but
Into the show. Yeah.
yeah.
But one point that I really love about the show is Aang is still a child.
Mm-hmm.
Most avatars are they learn air not airbender, they learn the elements most of their life. They have to take, a long time and they have their lives to master the elements. It's a joke that a lot of people make. Aang had a summer.
Literally, only had like 3 or 4 months, and that's it to
And
learn all elements.
you could say, yeah, he didn't completely master the elements, but
He got close as hell.
he did really well. And
Mm-hmm.
and you could say you don't have to say he mastered the elements, but he conquered the elements. You know what
There
I'm
you go.
saying?
That's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm.
Sure, he did what he had to do to go and beat the Fire Lord. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, like Aang did his thing,
That's why
and
he the
that's why
GOAT.
people don't like Legend of Korra because Korra was first of all older than Aang was because Aang was what
Baby.
13, 12.
He was a baby.
Yes, he was
He was
like
like
12 or
12.
13. Yeah, he was like 12 or 13 years old, like
Mm-hmm.
13 by the time the show ended.
Yeah.
And like Cora was 16 or 17.
Shoot, she looked like she was like at least 18.
Yeah, somewhere around there. She was late teens.
Mm-hmm.
And so she had a long time during her life. She found out when she was a small child that she was the Avatar. So
Yep.
she had a long time during her life to be trained as the Avatar.
Yep.
And you telling me throughout the whole show she was getting her butt beat.
I never watched
She
Legend of
was
Korra because I wasn't going to waste my time with it, but yeah, I
I
didn't hear
tuned
good
in
things.
to see how it was. It was not
Yeah.
uh, awful, but it wasn't good.
So
It
mid,
was it was a little bit below mid. Like it was
damn.
because because how are you the Avatar and non-benders are coming through and whooping your butt? One of the main plot
Nah, that's
lines is
crazy.
there's this uh there's this uh there's this guy, I forgot his name. I think it was Aman, and he got that technique from the end of the show, the end of the Last Airbender show, the one that Avatar Aang has, the that he used to defeat the Fire Lord,
Okay.
to take away
Yeah,
Lord,
yeah.
Fire Lord Ozai's uh
Bending ability.
bending ability. So that becomes like a whole like plot line. It's a whole thing about taking away bending. So tell me how this guy is a non-bender, right?
Hmm.
It becomes a whole thing about like non-bending and taking away bending and all of that. Why are these non-benders beating your butt?
What?
And tell me if I'm wrong. I don't remember if Amma was a bender. Somebody in the comments, please tell me if I'm wrong. But
I
she
was
got
about to
whooped a
say.
lot. She got whooped a lot by no, either way, she got whooped a lot by non-benders too. Because there was a like in
See.
Republic City, there was a lot of like non-benders.
Hmm.
So she got whooped a lot by non-benders because that I think was the plot line of season 2, because I think Kavira was a non-bender.
See, you see why I didn't mess around with this foolishness, people. You see why? You see why? Because this is how are you supposed to be a avatar and you get your ass whooped by pretty much mortals. Like you get beat by like a whole bunch of Soccas. No disrespect to Sokka, but come on now, really? And you learned and you knew you were the avatar since you were a baby, little pipsqueak, and Aang mastered pretty much. I say all in all, he mastered water. He pretty much mastered Earth, and well, he mastered Earth. I think, yeah, he mastered Earth, and he mastered. Let's give him 75% of fire.
Yeah, he was struggling with fire. I don't think he wanted to master fire.
Yeah,
He was doing
he
what
didn't
he
want to
wanted
master.
to do for fire because
Yeah.
of burning Katara.
Mm-hmm.
He struggled with,
And he
allowing himself to learn fire.
yeah, and he realized that how dangerous it could be and how wild it can get. Um but yeah, he like mastered like fire like maybe 75% of it, and he still whooped that ass.
I think that because of who Aang was, he probably could have mastered fire. He just didn't want to.
That is yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because he went to the, I forgot what they were called, but the dragons, those the how he mastered it with Zuko.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He could have. I just think it was a personal choice.
I think well,
He wasn't allowing himself to take in too much information on fire.
well, at first he didn't, but I think after he went to the dragons, that's when he fully tried to immerse himself. But I think it was too late for him to like fully embrace it because there was no time in between him meeting the dragons and then going to battle with Ozai.
Yeah,
So
that was like
if
2 days before.
right, exactly. He probably could have like he's because
You know,
he
a
fully
couple days of
embraced.
practice and
Yeah.
that day would have allowed him that. But that was like maybe a week before, and then he
Mm-hmm.
got stuck on the island, and there you go. It
Yep.
was
And this is how you know the writers are so good with Avatar Last Airbender. Cause they stuck true to what Aang was, who Aang was, and that last battle. Yeah,
He wasn't about to kill nobody.
he wasn't gonna
That's
kill
actually how
nobody.
they probably got this show able to air, because it was still a children's show through and through.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
through all the fighting, Aang didn't kill nobody, because the whole plot of the show is
I'm not gonna
uh,
lie.
no matter what, you alluding to folks getting killed. It's not nobody got
Nobody was shown. Nobody was
right.
shown getting got.
At most, you got wrecked, but
Exactly.
if your ship is on fire, you could just assume that person is. But as a little baby child, you're not thinking about that. You just like,
No
oh
facts.
my gosh. As an adult,
Wow.
you're watching it, you're like,
Damn.
but his objective was he has to kill the Fire Lord.
Mm-hmm. And they made it in his
That's
own
his
way.
objective.
They made it in his own way, and he said, "Nah,
I'm not gonna
I'm
do that.
I'm gonna take this man's bending ability, so that way he doesn't hurt anybody ever again."
And that's what he learned. He learned that near the end of I think the way he learned that was kind of messy.
I can
They kind of like
I can agree because of the turtle, sea turtle or whatever, lion turtle.
the lion turtle thing.
Yeah,
It was
it
kind of
felt
stuck in there.
it
It
felt
felt
rushed.
rushed. I think if they had a little bit more time,
Mm-hmm.
but I think maybe the episode count, they just didn't have enough time, and so they
Yeah.
kind of rushed the whole lion turtle thing. They like
Mm-hmm.
rushed it by putting like the whole lion turtle thing in there.
Yeah, made it like an whole
Um,
episode, pretty much, versus a couple.
yeah. I think maybe if they turned it into like more of like a chakra thing versus like the whole lion turtle thing, it would have made sense. Because the
Yeah,
lion turtle thing has to happen to a specific person, which is also why that
I forgot about that.
whole thing that whole thing in Legend of Korra didn't make any sense, because like that's the only way you could get that specific power.
Right.
It has to be like bestowed onto you by the lion turtle. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, well, how did Amun get this power? How was he
Right.
out here?
Right.
He was out here in the boonies looking for the lion turtle. I'm like, I don't know. How does he even know about it? Because this is a like through the grapevine thing. Somebody has to
Through
tell
the grapevine.
somebody about something, and then you got to go out in the boonies and find it. It's like, and even if you go out in the boonies, it has to find you.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Again,
literally,
foolishness of Legend of Korra. Don't watch it. I mean, you can if you want, but
you can if you want, but it's gonna feel like it's not gonna make sense, because like I said, we're about to spoil a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender lore, but
Mhm.
she literally gets wrecked so bad that like they put her in a wheelchair.
What?
I don't remember how, but they put her in a wheelchair.
At the end, or
Uh, they put.
just
I
in
think
like a
that was.
battle?
I think Kuvira put her in the wheelchair because that was the end of season 2, and
Yeah,
then like
you
all
gotta
of
be kidding
season
me.
3, and then all of season 3, like the beginning of season 3, she like has to like she's struggling, like she's like traumatized, and she's struggling to get out of the wheelchair, like she can't walk.
Soft, soft, soft,
And honestly, like as the Avatar, you suck. I'm
soft,
all for
charming.
helping people get like through their trauma. I'm all through that. I'm all for that. If it had been somebody else, not the Avatar, master of all 4 elements.
And speaking of trauma, we not gonna roll past the fact that Aang actually has some trauma, because you wake up 100 years and every person that you know is dead. I'm sorry, deleted. And the only people that you know is alive is one of your best friends, Boomy. I rock with
King
Boomy.
Boomy, King Boomy, an old ass man. He was out here kicking booty.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like, there's a post out that was like asking you who your favorite character is. You can only pick 5, and
Mm-hmm.
Boomy was one of the ones that I picked. We'll go through that, and we'll do that later.
I bet.
Right.
But yeah, like all of your every person you know is deleted from this earth,
Mhm.
and the only person you know of is your best friend who's damn near your age. That's trauma. That's traumatic. Like, come on now. You let a whole bunch. I'm not gonna get into core. I can't. I can't. I can't.
This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna keep bringing up Cora just to make him mad.
This is
Because
why
if
I
you
don't
think
like her,
about it,
y'all.
it's just funny because if you think about it and you compare Korra to any other of the avatars, because in The Last Airbender, you get to know about other avatars. You think
Mm-hmm.
about Avatar Roku, you think about Avatar uh Kyoshi. Kyoshi out here moving whole islands. The
Mm-hmm.
Fire
She
Nation
made a
came
whole
to attack
country,
her,
damn near.
and she said, "Oh, y'all want to fight me?
Bet
Never mind." Just separated the whole,
separation.
just said, "Psh," and made a whole island.
She made a whole country.
She said, "Bye,"
Deuces.
and some people got deleted just because they fell off with the little crumbles.
Mm-hmm.
They be like, "She left no crumbs." Well, I guess she did leave some crumbs.
There's always the meme of when Aang goes into the Avatar state, and you'll see videos of all
Kyoshi.
the of Kyoshi and Roku like going back and forth in Aang's mind of like, nah. Kyoshi will probably be like, nah, let's mess up everybody. Come on, let's do it. And Roku is over here saying, nah, Kyoshi, it's okay, chill. And Kyoshi's like, nah. We battle. We want all the smoke. It's hilarious.
So it's just like one of those things where you like Kiyoshi is one of the strongest. I would put
Mhm.
Kiyoshi pretty high up there when it comes to really strong avatars.
Yeah,
Because when you talk about strong avatars, Avatar Aang is a pretty strong avatar, but I
he
wouldn't
up
say
there.
he's one of the strongest.
Yeah, yeah. Consider,
Uh,
yeah. No, it's understandable considering that he only had a few months to learn all
he
of.
is a
Right?
pretty strong avatar. He's just not one of the strongest because there are very strong avatars when you put him against other ones. Now,
Yeah,
I would put Korra down at the bottom because she don't even act like she Avatar. It's like, what are you doing?
yeah. She's
One of the
squandering
things
it.
they did, yeah, one of the things they did in the show that made the most sense is like Aang wasn't a good dad, and it's like that makes sense.
Considering that he had
Yeah,
after he defeated Ozai, he had to pretty much go to all the tribes, all pretty much everywhere around the world, to like fix everything. So
yeah,
it takes a hindrance on you,
yeah.
because this is he's just one man.
He literally created what is in the show called Republic City. He created a whole new center of their area. So like instead of like an area that's like I
Like
guess
a
would be
hub.
like their yeah, like their New York or their LA. It
Mm-hmm.
would be their biggest city.
Got you. So where everybody could come through versus
Right.
having to go all these other places.
Right. It's like right
Got
there
you.
in the middle of all the nations. So you comes right like you said, like a hub right in the middle.
See,
And that's
and that's
beautiful. He created that.
mm-hmm. That's why we rock with Aang over here.
Right. Because you think about it, Aang is the peaceful avatar.
Mm-hmm.
He don't want the smoke, and
Yeah,
that was
shoot,
one of
probably the
his
most
best
peaceful.
attributes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's one of the most peaceful avatars because which is crazy that he's stronger than Korra still because he's the most peaceful. He's the airbender, which means that he's a monk,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all about peace and zen and all of that,
Yep.
which is why like oops, sorry. One of his things was he's still playful as like a little kid, and he didn't want to be the avatar because that means he had to go off and fight and lose all of his like chillness as a kid, and he would just lose what he wanted to do with his life.
Yeah.
And Aang, even as the avatar, was playful. He was always creating new like techniques. Like
Oh yeah.
when he was learning water bending, he
Mm-hmm.
made like that little octopus thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And he's the one that created the air scooter.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right.
That was cool.
Like he's so like he created so much stuff because like his playful mind, but he's also peaceful. You know, always
Mm-hmm.
meditating, always like doing those things. Like he would have deleted um Fire Lord Ozai if he had not have been a monk.
Yeah, if he was anything other but an airbender, oh trust me, Ozai would be deleted from this earth. Done. He would be
It
donezo.
would have been. It just it was against what he knew when he first found out that when he was learning about chakras, learning about unlocking his chakras, the last chakra was basically having to let go of all of his other people, like basically everybody in his life.
Yep.
And, you know, he's in love with Katara. He did not want to have to let go of everybody in his life. And so he basically wouldn't unlock that chakra. He was like, you shouldn't have to be
You
like
shouldn't let go of the
complete.
people you love. And,
Right. If I have to protect everybody that I love, I don't know what the heck that was. If I have to protect everybody that I love, why in the world should I give up those people?
right. Like one of his things that he said was, "Didn't you just say I need to accept people, but now you're telling me I need to let go of the people that I love? What does that mean?" And I think it was that. What the hell was it? Uh, the master's name. I don't know. Let's call him Omi. Um, Omi was like,
Oh my gosh.
you have to let go of all of the people that you love in order to get into the avatar state. And Aang's like, nah, bruh. And while he was trying to let go, he hears Katara getting mollywopped by um uh what's her name? Azula, Ty Lee and all them, because they invaded the Earth Kingdom and Katara needed to stay to protect the Earth King. And when Avatar heard it, he was like, oh yeah, nah, boom. And Omi was like, Aang, if you leave now, you will never go into the Avatar state again. And Aang was like, I'ma help Guitar.
Yeah,
And
I think he made the right choice.
he did. Cause Aang's that dude. He's all about peace and love.
And I mean, a lot of people think like it's kind of kept that they allowed him to go back to unlock that chakra when he got kind of poked in the back in his back wound, um,
I thought
and
that
that
was
unlocked this. I
sorry, go
thought it was
ahead.
an interesting thing
I thought it was cool. Like that just made it more interesting for the show. Cause
and
if
visually captivating.
I'm saying, cause like it's underrated as far as cinematography. It's underrated. And by cinematography, people, I mean the way that they visualize Aang going into the Avatar state and the different points of views that you see people looking at him. Like, for instance, when he got shocked as he was going into the Avatar state to help Katara and everything, you see you just see him stand I'm not stand you see him levitating in the air, and you just see like a whole bunch of lightning, and you see Azula's eye. You see the reflection of Azula's eye um reflecting her shooting lightning from her fingers, and then you see Aang drop. That had to, it, and the music too that was going along with it. The entire scene, but especially that, because it went from uplifting music, and then it slowly it transitioned into somber music, and you see Katara crying, Sorry, I had to say it.
That scene is a crazy scene because
It's
it's one of those all hope is lost things.
it was
But it's one of those things that I kind of knew that they could fix because she had that special healing water.
water from the Northern tribe.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Like I forgot we were going somewhere with that.
the back wound
Yeah,
unlocking his chakra.
yeah. So when that happened in Zula, and he fell on his back, and every time she would try and heal it, he would unlock something. Like he had a realization.
Mm.
It gave. Oops, sorry, y'all. It gave. I'd say it made. I think it. Dang, I'm getting tongue tied.
I
It
forgot about that. That makes that scene make even more sense.
Yeah, because that makes Aang like mature faster. It
Hmm.
it gives you that in-depth feel of dang. He lost pretty he lost everything in the beginning, and now he lost the avatar state. He can't get back into it after he almost passed away. And now like if like I know you remember how excuse me after he lost everything, he was so eager to get back and try and fight, but he couldn't because he was hurt. And he had
Hmm.
to learn how to make the right steps to get back into the avatar state. And then you see him learning firebending from Zuko. You see see Aang mature right in front of you. Because at first, like when you think, oh, I lost everything, what's the next step? Now I gotta prove myself. Because y'all gotta remember, this dude is 12, 13. He's already been through a lot. So the fact that he lost the avatar state, that's the only thing he had pretty much. Besides, of course, Appa and Momo.
And Momo.
Like, besides that, he
Then when
pretty
Appa got stolen,
bruh, bruh. That's gotta be one of my favorite episodes, the desert scene.
oh my god! I
That's
mean, because you had cactus juice, and then you had,
it's the
where's Appa?
quenchiest. It
Oh
was
my gosh,
it was one of my
where's
favorite
Appa? I
episodes.
just say that so randomly.
Mm-hmm. Where's
Because
my bison? Ooh.
it's just like he was just
Mm.
crying, and I'm like, "Where's Appa?" And I'm like, "Where is Appa? I
Mm-hmm.
need to know for
Exactly.
my sake."
Mm-hmm. For real. Like you saw, like if when Aang got, what we're talking about is the desert scene where pretty much Appa got stolen and Aang he went full Avatar mode. And by Avatar, I don't mean peaceful Aang. I mean that other side of Aang. And I relate to him so much in that instance because
Just imagine if somebody stole your dog
mm-mm,
or your cat or your fish if you have a fish. I don't
or a
know what kind of
bunny,
animal you
whatever.
have. Just imagine if somebody stole your pet,
Mm-hmm.
just came through, disrespected you, and stole your pet.
Swoop in,
And then not just stole them, they tied them up,
abused it
stole
pretty
them,
much,
and then sold it.
and put a muzzle on it. You mu- you muzzled Appa. And when he said that, full blown rage Aang, Avatar Aang comes out. And it was so captivating. It was a captivating scene because throughout the entire show, you see Aang just being peaceful and everything. But when it comes to Appa,
Just a happy kid. He wasn't playing
He don't
around.
play. He don't play because he don't play with Qatar. But now you talk about because Appa is the last thing that he has connected to to the uh the air people, airbenders.
Yeah.
Um and pretty much when they took Appa, that's pretty much taking everything he lost when
Yeah.
he was growing up. So
And
you
Appa
can't
is
get
a
mad.
sky bison.
A sky
So
bison who is full of emotion and wonderful cuddliness, and Momo is that quirky, cute uh
thing.
lemur.
I don't know what the
I think
oh
he's
yeah.
he's a monkey lemur. something like that.
Yeah, there you go. They both fly.
Yeah, they both fly, and you always will have them in your hearts. And for Aang to go into the Avatar state, he was pretty much about to destroy everybody. And
He
then
was about to start murking people.
Kyoshi was on his shoulder that day. No Roku. Roku wasn't to be found that day. And Katara
The
calmed him
only
down.
thing with a hug.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With a hug. It was
And
beautiful.
there was no verbiage. Nobody talked. You just saw Aang levitating, and Sokka was telling Toph, "Don't worry about it, just get out of here." And they ran. And the only person you see is Katara, because they're already best friends, and because she's the only one that can calm him down. And you just see her just standing there, like, I don't like seeing Aang like this. And as he's levitating, and you see her hand grab, and he looked at her like, what you touching me for? And then you just see her eyes like, don't do this. And she pulls him down, and you see a tear rolling down his cheek, but you still see him like trying to hold on. Like, I know how when some people, when they get angry, they start crying. That's what was happening.
The angry crying. Yeah.
Yeah, the angry crying. And Katara was holding on to
Been
him
there.
tight. And same here. And he just slowly comes down. He just cries, and then it's the end of the episode. Oh,
But we did get the Appa days out of that.
and we did get the Appa days, and that's what good writing does. Because everybody was trying to figure out where the hell was Appa, and you get a whole episode, not just a half episode, a whole episode.
I think you got 2 episodes.
Yeah, you got like an episode and a half, I think.
Yeah, because I think the other half of the second one was Aang looking for Appa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Sorry, y'all. I know we're running around all of these episodes, but
We are.
but the show is just too good. We can't just go into a linear
It's not
line.
linear. I was about to say linear line. So one thing that's really great about the show is constant. Okay, that's what I get for making fun of you.
Karma.
Yeah, constant character development, even from the smallest characters, the tiniest of side characters like Iroh. You know, you got Zuko, you got Katara. You know, you
Yep.
got
Toph.
Zuki, wait, did I just
Suki.
say her? Suki. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that was her name. You know, even Suki's got character development, you know?
Yeah, a little bit there, yeah.
Everybody is getting their character just changing constantly. And that's so amazing.
Yep. I think besides Sokka, the best character development is, of course, Zuko.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zuko is.
His character arc is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Because what makes it, to me, like, that might be one of the best character developments I've seen in a show in a long time. Like, there's very few character developments I've seen where he has a whole bunch of hate in his heart, then he tries to be good, and then he says, nah, I still need my father's honor. Goes back into the hatefulness, and then once he like pretty much hits the bottom almost. No, not even hits the bottom. He makes a realization. He has not a resolution. What's that called? What's that word?
An epiphany?
Thank you. Yeah. He pretty much has like a character epiphany of, he has this speech of telling his dad, the Fire Nation sucks. Like, people are afraid of us. We need to have a world of peace and kindness. And his dad just laughs in his face, and he shoots lightning at him. And
which was great
which
because
was
he sucked at
fantastic.
lightning bending at first.
That was the element that he couldn't control. He didn't know how to control, and you could see it on his dad's face, Ozai, of shooting lightning at him like, I got him. And you see Zuko struggling, and then you see him shoot it right back at him, because that's the whole thing about lightning. You have to
It can be redirected.
Yep, and that's the hardest part, to redirect it. And when he
Mhm.
did it, you could pretty much see Zuko's aura just expand. It was just, I'm gonna help the Avatar now. It was beautiful, freaking beautiful, man.
It was like one of those beautiful because at first it looked like Zuko was gonna get hit, but then he took it and redirected
And
it, and
then,
you were like, "Yes, Zuko got him. Zuko got him."
mhm. I was so happy for my boy. I was like, "Let's go!" I screamed at the television. Yes, I did. I don't care.
Oh no, you have to scream at the television.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. That's
Yeah,
how you know you're into whatever you're watching.
big facts.
Um, I think, and this might be a personal choice for me, but there's
Okay.
no like BS like ships, like like ships, or
No,
love triangles in the show. Like that's just straight down to like business. It's like, and there are like there's
excuse me.
love in the show, there's relationships in the show, but it's not
They
like
don't focus on it.
BS. It's like no BS. It's not like oh like like team Edward or team Jacob or like it's nothing
Like
like stupid like that.
Team Suki, Team Yue for Sokka.
Oh my gosh. It's like, because Sokka was literally in two different relationships, but his first girlfriend turns into the moon and
Yeah.
he has to move forward
Yep.
and literally starts dating a Kyoshi warrior.
Mm-hmm. And what makes it even more, uh, I guess you would say, more captivating is she was the one, because how Sokka starts off, his character is goofy, but also like he was, in a way, he was sexist. Like he thought like, oh, girls couldn't fight or anything. And then
Mhm.
when he went to, I forgot, Kyoshi, was it Kyoshi Island?
Yeah, they ended up
Yeah.
on Kyoshi Island.
Yeah, they ended up on Kyoshi Island, and he was walking past a classroom full of Kyoshi warriors, and he was just like, "Man, I got this. I don't got to worry about no girl fighting me. Like, I can take her." And she pretty much humbles him, saying, "What you said about a girl not handling her own, about you just whooping our butts, nah." And he was humbled, and she
Real
made
quick.
him real freaking quick, and uh she made him wear the Kyoshi warrior outfit or whatever. And at first, of course,
They
he,
didn't make him.
oh
He
yeah, I'm
actually
sorry.
asked.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He humbled
He asked.
himself. He
That
was
is true.
like, and he
Yeah.
humbly asked. He got down on his knee and humbly
Mm-hmm.
asked.
Yep. Mm-hmm. He said, "Teach me your ways,"
Yeah,
because
and he apologized too.
and a real man knows when he's defeated.
Yeah, and it was a really nice thing to see, especially because he had been disrespectful for a while. He
Mm-hmm.
just got down and he was like, "I'm sorry.
Let me
Please
let
teach
Please teach me, right. And it wasn't on, and he wasn't overdoing it. Like, if this show was on today, not on today, but if the show didn't exist back then and it existed now, they would have had him like groveling and, oh no, please, 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 please. No, he was honored to want to teach, for the Kyoshi warriors to teach him their ways, because they're the
me."
best fighting warriors.
Yeah,
They're historically sound.
yeah,
So that developed his relationship with Suki even more, and they
yeah.
didn't do that whole corny stuff about, oh no.
That it showed like how their relationship started, and then
Mhm.
later on, when you saw the Kyoshi warriors off of Kyoshi Island, because they were inspired by Team Avatar,
Mhm.
which is what they're called, Team Avatar.
Yeah.
Um, outside. They were inspired by Team Avatar to actually help the world outside because Kyoshi Island. I mean, it's they kind of keep to themselves. The Kyoshi warriors are trained to protect Kyoshi
Yeah.
Island, but
Hmm.
Team Avatar inspired them to go outside and help with the war.
Yep. Hmm.
And so when they run into each other, they start
They're
flirting.
cute. They're cute. It's organic. It's not forced.
Exactly. Forrest would have been on Kyoshi Island after he gets humble. He starts flirting with her then. And
Right.
then it's like
Really, bruh? You just got
neither
here.
one of y'all neither one of y'all was feeling that at first. So now you feel it after she whoops your butt. Like now it feels like you're trying to force it.
Yep. Hmm. And the only thing you see before Sokka and all of them had to leave was her just giving him a kiss on the cheek, and they had to leave.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you needed. That's all you needed. You didn't need like make out session and like how you
Yeah.
said like oh I'm falling for you, like bro, no,
Yeah.
no.
I think there's only like two lip kisses and maybe three. There's
Yeah.
Aang and Katara at the end of
Yeah.
the show.
And
Princess.
before they had two.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
The two that they had,
Mm-hmm.
um, Sokka and Yue
Mm-hmm.
in season one before she gets turned into the moon.
Yep.
Literally turns into the spirit.
Yeah.
Um, and then I
Uh
think Zuko and his girlfriend May
yeah. May was cool.
kiss.
May and
Yeah,
Ty Lee were cool. I can't even lie.
yeah. And I think those are really the only kisses that happen in the show. It's not a
Yeah,
lot of like
and Sokka and Suki,
ex-
and then that was it.
it's not a lot of overt romance.
Right.
It's there, but it's kind of subtle. It just
Mm-hmm.
exists in the background.
Yep.
It's like these are still kids, so yes, they still have relationships, but there's also a war going on, so we're not focusing on that.
Yeah. Their character isn't based off of a relationship.
Hmm.
I'm talking to you, Disney. I'm talking to
I'm talking.
I'm talking about all Hollywood at this point.
I was about to say I'm talking to most YA novels,
Yep.
young adult novels, because I mean, even in the Hunger Games. However, there was a purpose there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Katniss
Mm-hmm.
and Peeta,
Yep.
my boy Peeta. Okay, I love my
Mm-hmm.
boy Peeta. I hate Gale.
We all hate Gale.
I hate Gale, and
I
I hate Gale for a reason.
So do
Okay, I
I.
don't hate Gale because of Liam Hemsworth.
Gale's
I
just a
hate
bad
Gale.
character.
Yeah, Gale's just a crappy character, and they just made it worse in the movies.
Yeah.
And
But yeah.
but oh, another thing that they did okay, so I'm about to talk about two things. Um, one is Legend of Korra, and then the second thing I'm going to take it to the new series that they're doing on Netflix. Okay, so Legend of Korra is one thing that they are almost famous for now is ruining the spirit world.
Don't make me throw my headphones.
Like everybody will tell you this is like kite spirit thing, and
What?
everybody will tell you, yeah, it looks like it looks like a little kite. It's weird looking. Like I don't know if it's supposed to be a stingray or whatever it's supposed to be,
Okay.
but like it looks really funny. But everybody will tell you that like that they ruined the spirit world.
How did they?
They essentially trashed the spirit world. Like it damn near doesn't exist. Cora
What?
Cora Cora ruined the spirit world.
How?
As the Avatar, she ruined the spirit world. Like that, I think season three. Um, what happened? Crap. Um, essentially, like ruined the lineage of the Avatar, and like she like damage the access to the spirit world. It was
What were her chakras not in tuned or?
no, not damaged her access to the spirit world, damage the access to the spirit, damage the spirit world.
How does that happen?
Like, you have to watch season 3. Like,
I don't want to, but it pisses me. No, 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 oh, no. I don't want.
like now I have to rewatch it because I almost don't remember everything that happens. Like, it's crazy that I remember so much about Avatar: The Last Airbender, but like Korra, all the details are turning to mush in my brain because it's like
Cause
this
it's
stuff was so
trash.
dumb. It
Cause it's
is
trash.
so dumb.
The
Like
core is trash.
their team Avatar is lame.
They even
I
use Team Avatar in Legend of Korra.
yeah.
No, 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 hell no, hell no. Make up your own damn name. I'm so sick. No, no, make up your own name. You already got.
Theirs is lame.
She
It
said she was
just
gonna get me. She was gonna get me upset with this core talking, and I tried to hold myself. I tried to.
I mean, I think the reason why people like it the most is because like Korra ends up gay.
I mean, oh, okay.
It's one of those like those hype things where it's like, oh yeah, but it's so progressive.
But if we're being honest, like, okay, no, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say nothing. Not gonna say nothing. Not gonna say nothing.
I'm just saying
Yeah,
stuff that I've actually seen.
yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, it's so progressive. It's like,
Or she's just she's just a trash character. But all right, whatever.
it's like, okay, she also dated a man season 1, but okay.
What?
I mean, not that people can't be bi. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, okay. Well,
That
no,
was dumb of me to say.
no, right, right.
But
Lose access to the Avatar world.
look, so back to the live action that they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
which still don't understand why we need to take a trip down this road again.
Mm-hmm. Down the road again.
I guess they really just wanted to try it again with Asian actors, and I'm like, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
However, what I
Then
didn't
y'all
like
started
is,
talking.
yeah, the only thing I didn't like is, Water Tribe was supposed to be brown people, and I ain't see enough brown people in the trailer.
I thought it was only me. I was thinking
No,
it. I was
I
thinking it.
thought,
Like Sokka
I
looked
thought,
too pale.
I was like, I thought, you know,
There were a lot of brown people in this.
Water Tribe would look distinctly brown people,
Like, and
It,
they can't say, oh, because they're in the north, they have paler skin. No, not now. If you're
no,
doing it,
Northern and Southern Water Tribe was brown people.
exactly. If y'all
This is,
trying to,
okay, I'm just going to state my problem with the trailer
mm-hmm.
or with the remake in general. Okay, so they're going for a whole, we're redoing it, but everybody's Asian. They're like that's basically what the whole thing is. They
Yeah,
want everybody to be a more like they want it to be more realistic when it comes to like race.
yep.
Realistic in terms of what though?
Talk to him.
Because Aang was white. If we being
Yeah,
if we being real,
I'd say I don't think Aang was white. He was like he was like Asian.
and I would roll for that too. If he Asian, he could be Asian. That's fine.
And if I'm being honest, the kid who's playing Aang kind of looks like the character. He looks
That's
like the
facts.
character.
And if we being realistic, even the kid in the M Night Shyamalan one kind of
Yeah,
looked like him. Yeah, I hate that one too. But his little round ass head, he looked like him too.
He did. He did.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy though.
Yeah. So Wasian, I could go for that because like the air nomads, they I can mess with that. They all kind of look low. I can roll with that.
Yeah.
So I don't care about that. The the um Fire Nation, I don't even know that you could either go white people or you could go Asian. That's fine.
Yeah. Because even
I feel
Thai.
like it would be crazy to make the bad guy white though. That'd be wild.
Oh yeah, nah. That would be sacrilegious right there. Oh nah, that's a spit in the
I
face.
know some people who would do it, but it would be crazy to make the bad guy the white man.
Yeah, nah, nah. Oh hell no.
Oh my gosh, you just find Lord outside he's a white guy, and you're like, it's like, come on, you didn't need to do that. That's just wrong. You're
Yeah.
just mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's
You
like,
need to leave.
facts. That's just mean.
For real.
Like, whose idea was that? Now, when it gets to everybody else, I think the Earthbenders were a very mixed race
Yeah, I can agree with that.
because
I agree.
there were some white people that were Earthbenders,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but there was also some Asians because the Dai Li,
Dai Li
they was tripping.
was, yeah.
The Dai Li
Dai,
were Asian.
mm-hmm. Most of Ba Sing
Um,
Se was.
yeah, I mean it's called by Sentai. I mean at that point,
But let's be honest. Let's be honest. They might they might try something.
yeah, but then you got King Boomy,
Yep.
which things can be argued about his race, but King Boomy, King Boomy was brown.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he was Blasian. He was Blasian.
I would say he was like Southeast Asian.
Southeast Asian. Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Because if we're in between Asian countries, let's just give them Southeast Asian.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, there's not enough brown people in this show because when we get to the Water Tribe,
There's a lot of
the
pale
Water
faces.
people, the Water people was brown, and most of
Mm-hmm.
the time, I usually don't care about this stuff. But this was a show that was actually very diverse. But
It
they went
was.
and they made it, and in making the show diverse, they made it not diverse. How does one do that?
It's called intellect. It's called using your brain, your big brain.
I just don't understand. Like
Cause
they made it, they just, and I when it was like very diverse.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's I think why we love good writing is because we don't you don't care about the race of a character if the writing is really good for them.
Exactly.
You start caring about the race when it's not good. That's why nobody likes the M. Night Shyamalan uh
Oh,
uh live action of film of it. Cause
everybody was white, and
everybody was
then
white.
all the writing was bad.
You mispronounced their names. You
It
mispronounced
was
their
all
names. Soka? On? What? How? How do you do that? You
just
have it. And I'm
just
telling
turn
y'all,
on the show.
I'm
Just turn
telling
on the show. Just watch the theme. Just watch the theme song. My brother Sokka and I, but I believe Aang can save the
save
world.
the world.
It's the theme song.
It's not even they gave a cheat sheet. It's literally copy and paste. It's like if a teacher tells you, hey, write down what I'm writing down when I write on the board, and you write some illogical BS.
You
Like
can use these notes during the test.
you can use these notes during the test. Not even use these notes during the test, Gabby. The notes are the test. The notes are the test, and you still fail. How does that work?
Oh my gosh.
Y'all wild. M. Night Shyamalan, you
You failed.
you failed, bro. You like that's why you always up and down when it comes to your movies. But I digress. This isn't about the live action, but
I mean, it is about the live action, but
but
not that one.
but
Not
not
that
that
one.
one. Not that
We
one.
don't talk about
We
that.
don't talk
But
about the movie.
what was the tattoo?
Actually, I'm not gonna lie, that was low key fire. How they had what you talking about? The the
His
the
tattoo?
the tattoos in the arrow.
I wish it was blue though. If they
It
made
it
it
was
blue, because
it
I
was
used to
blue.
think it was a no, it wasn't. It was black.
You talking about in the movie, or you talking about streaming?
I was talking about the M Night one.
Yeah, no, it was blue. It was
No,
just
it wasn't.
it was a dark blue.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I'll believe you. Okay, I couldn't
yeah.
tell. You should be able to tell, but okay.
No, yeah, yeah.
Especially because it was on a little white boy, I should have been able to tell.
Yeah, but yeah, like y'all. Oh my gosh, freaking Soka. Chill.
Anywho,
Yeah,
the as we were saying about the
the
show
streaming. Mm-hmm.
on Netflix, I just think that it's
Yeah.
interesting that it does have, I think, two actors that were voice actors from the original show. Thought that was interesting.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Um, yeah, I forgot what his name is, but and he's not even playing the same character. I think it's the guy that played Ozai, who is now playing somebody.
I think I heard one of them is playing like the Cabbages guy or something. I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know. I could be mistaken.
Uh, but I think that I just think that it's gonna be interesting that they made them all. Wow, they made that guy King Boomy. Oh, but he's so skinny.
I,
Huh.
I saw the trailer.
This one actor that they made King Boomy, I know who he is. He was in a Pitch Perfect movie and he's in the show I watch called Ghosts. He's so skinny. King Boomy's supposed to be jacked.
Well, I saw the trailer. Well, yeah, I saw that. We both saw the trailer, but I think I
Uh-huh.
saw a clip from the show or something. Like it was. I'm sorry, it was like promo for it, and they were showing
Mhm,
like the fighting scene between Boomy and Aang,
mhm.
and he looked pretty jacked. He looked pretty jacked.
So they're gonna CGI it.
It looks like it, but
Not gonna.
we'll see.
Oh, George Takei is in the show.
Hey,
Interesting.
George Takai, let's go. Who's he playing?
Uh, it doesn't say.
Oh, well,
It doesn't have enough on here for me to see it.
yeah,
Probably a small character.
well, people will know his voice when it pops up.
But yeah, I just think that it's weird that everybody's gonna be Asian. It's
I wouldn't say
it's an interesting choice.
I wouldn't say everybody being Asian, but not having the right type of Asians in it because, like you
Yeah,
said,
thank you.
like you said, the water tribes in general have a darker complexion. So
Facts.
for you to have a paler complexion character
Yeah.
for both Katara and Sokka,
At the
come
very
on
least,
now.
if they could be like Indian or something like that, that would be that
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
yeah, like
Or
s- uh,
Pakistani or something like that.
right, something like that versus y'all are pretty much doing the same thing the movie did, and you're already plus the rumors, not even the rumors. y'all blatantly said like, "Oh, we're gonna take away um a lot of the side missions from the show," and I get
Oh, I
that.
hated seeing that. Oh my
I know that there's
gosh.
a lot of side missions in the show, but to not have any, like take away a lot of them, that's you're taking away Aang's
The heart
Aang's
of the show.
yeah, the
But
heart
this
of the
is
show.
one of the thing that I hated when I saw that is or this is one of the things that I hated when I seen that they were gonna make this in the first place was because Avatar the Airbender was a long show. Each season it had 3 seasons, with each season being 20 some odd episodes.
Hmm.
With that happening, this is gonna have to have double the seasons.
Yeah,
Or they're gonna have to condense it a lot. Like they
yeah,
said, take away
a lot
most
of the
of the
side
side
missions.
missions. Basically, majority of the side missions aren't going to be there, and that takes away a lot of the character development. It takes away most of the show. The show's not, in my opinion,
The
the
show is a
show's not
side
going to be
missions.
the show's not going to be good because the character development, what we see that comes from these characters, how they learn, how they develop, comes through in the side missions.
Hmm.
That's where we learn about the characters. That's how the relationships form. That's where we meet other characters. Like it to get rid of the side missions eliminates the heart of the show.
Yeah, because that's literally the premise of the show. Aang is
Mm,
already a 12-year-old kid, so
right.
he just wants to play around. He wants to literally the beginning of the show. He maps out everything that he wants to do. He wants to slide with the seal penguins. He wants to go here and ride a koi fish. All these other side missions that he wants to do because he never got that because he been in the iceberg for 100 freaking years. And you're telling
It's
us
literally the reason why he didn't want to be the Avatar.
right because he felt like I'm a kid. I want to experience, playing games with my friends, like doing normal kid stuff, playing air ball or whatever it's called that he air scooter
Yeah,
ball. Like I want to experience that. That's what we love about the show.
right.
And for you to take that away, where's the character development? And plus,
Watching him mature through these missions, like these side missions,
mhm,
watching him learn that everything can't be a game.
facts,
That's what
facts.
he learns through these. Like
Hmm.
that's what he learns. Like one of his side missions is to go see King Boomy.
Yep,
King Boomy helps him learn to be a better, like helps him point in the direction of being an earthbender. But King Boomy helps him learn things.
yeah. And they're probably going to have that because we saw Boomy in the trailer, but still,
It's like, how do you get to King Boomy already? King Boomy wasn't in season one,
right.
was he?
Mm,
They don't go to Omashu. They
no, I think they do. It's like towards the later end of the season, and
don't.
yeah, they later in season one, and
No, they don't. No, they don't. The
they
end
don't.
of season one was when she dies. She dies at the end of season one. That's how it ends.
Who?
Yue, she dies at the end of season one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
So maybe they go to Mashu in the middle of the season. But
yeah. Well,
that's
oh wait, no, yeah, you're right because they said we're gonna head to whatever kingdom or whatever that Boomy's in at
yeah,
the end
that's
of the
Omashu.
first. Yeah. Oh yeah, Amashu, and I think they start like at episode 3 or something at Amashu
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I was about to say
because
that
we also get Toph and all of Bossing Say and stuff in season 2.
right.
So yeah, uh
I was about to say something about that don't make no sense.
yeah, I think they probably
They just
have
come
it.
back to King in season two because King Boomy teaches him some more.
Yeah,
Um, and
because season 2 is Earth.
yeah,
Yeah. Um, but yeah, you taking away his side missions, and because you're doing that, this isn't our words. This is what the writers said. They said, "Oh, we want to make Aang more mature." Like pretty much, as soon as he comes out of the ice, he's just like, the minute probably Katara tells him, "Oh yeah, the Fire Nation is taking over everything since you've
He
been in the
wants to be
ice."
more focused
He wants to
on
be, more focused on defeating the Fire Nation instead of being a kid. What kid do you know that takes anything seriously? First off,
it
besides
defeats
video games and hanging out with their friends.
it defeats the
Really?
show. I It changes completely what we're starting with.
Mm-hmm.
Where How do you develop a character that's already developed?
Boom. Boom.
Aang's overall arc is learning to take on his responsibility of defeating the Fire Lord, learning that he has to murk the Fire Lord, and he can't get around that.
Yep.
Figuring out finally that there is one way around that, and
Right.
that is taking his bending.
Mm-hmm. And throughout the side missions, you also see Katara being, well, mainly Sokka, honestly taking that leadership role and saying, "Hey, no, we got to stay on course. We got to stay focused. The Sozin's Comet is in, a month, or we are attacking the Fire Nation in
There
like
you go.
3 weeks."
So if Aang is already super serious, who's going to be in charge? It seems like Aang's going to be in charge. If Aang's in charge, where does that leave Sokka?
Sokka's really just gonna be a paperweight at that point.
He's just going to be the comedic relief now.
Right.
He was the comedic relief before, but he had purpose and he
Mm-hmm.
had character development. It's eliminating people's purpose and not understanding what it's like. These people don't watch the show first. They decide, they see something that was popular for a time, and then they're like, "What if we remake that?" Then they get the cliff notes off Wikipedia, and then they're like, "Yeah, let's go ahead and do this."
And you know how they got us too, Gabby? They said that they were bringing the actual writers from Avatar The Last Airbender to create this. And I'm sitting here like, if you had the
Those
writers,
they left because of
exactly,
creative differences,
right? Oh, shoot.
and
Yeah.
now we see
Okay.
why.
Yeah. Yeah.
We see what those creative differences were.
Mm-hmm. This is
Because at
Percy
first I was
Jackson
gung
all
ho.
over again.
Oh no, it wasn't Rick Riordan stayed to the end.
No, no, no. I'm talking about when they made
Oh,
the
you mean
movie.
number
They
one?
made the actual movie.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I mean, the show I enjoyed it.
Oh, we all did. Yeah, you're damn right. If y'all haven't watched our Percy Jackson episode, go check it out. That's our last episode.
Yeah, link to it will be at the end of this episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like this is just a small thing, and freaking taking away Sokka's sexism. Like y'all really it's I want to strangle them because, and I'm not an advocate for violence, but oh my gosh, you take away Sokka's sexism. Okay, so how does he develop as a character?
How do you develop a character that's already developed?
Like she been saying, like Gabby been saying, how can you develop a character that's already freaking developed? Sokka got humbly whooped by Suki and the Kyoshi Warriors. That is the whole point. So that way he can humble himself and be like, teach me your ways, like I said in the beginning of this episode.
However, I have seen that it's supposed to be, they're still going to have something like that in there, only it's
Yeah.
going to be just toned down, even though it was toned down, in my opinion, in
I
the
was about
show.
to
It was
say,
just,
how more toned
he,
down can they do?
the reason why Sokka was sort of sexist was he came from a warrior tribe
Mm-hmm.
where women were in more, I guess, traditional roles.
Yeah, pretty much taking care of the kids, all this other stuff,
Right.
while
So
the
he
men
was
were going
always
out warrior.
obsessed. Right. His father was literally the lead warrior, like went out to war. Like, so he had a sense of pride about that. He had that sense of he wanted to be a leader, and he projected that a lot, especially because his sister had this power. She was one of the last water benders in their tribe as well. So it was this sense of pride that he had, that he needed to protect his sister, that he needed to protect the water tribe, that he needed to be a protector.
His dad even told him that. Why do you think I left you
Exactly.
in charge? Because I knew you would take on the task of being a leader.
Exactly. He projects that because he feels that it's ingrained in him. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just there for any reason. And it makes sense. You think about where he comes from, you think about the things that he does, the things that he went through, the fact that they had to watch their mother die,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. It makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not just some dude being a butt. It's like
It comes
it's
from
not some insecure guy. I mean, you could say he's a little bit insecure about it, but it's more like a young guy, like trying to step into this leadership role.
it's it's the same trope of like almost like when when a son pretty much comes from a single parent household, he has to be the man of the house.
Yeah,
Like he has no fatherly figure to. I mean, even though Sokka had his father throughout his entire life up until that point, but um,
now his dad's gone
now
because
his
he's
dad's trying to fight off the Fire Nation, trying to get everybody together. Like he's now the man of the
the
tribe.
tribe.
Not
Jinx.
just you dang it, not just Katara and his Gam Gam, the whole entire tribe. You even see him trying to teach little kids how to take fighting lessons and be prepared.
Right.
So for y'all to water it down even more of him being humbled from sexism, it's like
It's
how
it's
it's already
it's
watered
an
down, bro.
important part of his character, I think.
Yeah,
So
that's the
it
part
just
of
kind of
character growth.
it's just kind of dumb.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you think people are too stupid to just intake it. We were smart enough to take it as kids
Yep.
and not just go, "Oh my gosh, why is he so mean?"
Mm-hmm. Y'all need to give kids more credit when it comes to their mental. Like, and that's where y'all all also, well, this is all, skepticism, but also these are also what the writers of the show have said too. So just tell,
I was
just
about to say most of this is from what the writers have tweeted.
exactly. So we're not just saying this because we're gonna crap on the show. Like no, these are coming straight from the writers' mouths. Um, the this is what we were talking about when it comes to know who your audience is.
Mm.
For y'all to say, "Oh, we're gonna make this series and we're gonna cater it towards the kids nowadays." No, you said you were going to cater it towards what me, Gabby, all of us who grew up watching it,
Would have
that's
made
who
more
would
sense.
have made more sense. Y'all said you were going to cater to us, but instead, no, you're going to cater towards the kids nowadays. The kids nowadays already got a show. It's called Avatar Last Airbender on Netflix.
The kids nowadays, I think what would have been better. This is my personal opinion. What would have worked better is catering to the people who the show who it originated from. So catering to original fans of Avatar: The Last Airbender, people our age, a little bit older, but basically people our age,
Mm-hmm.
mid-20s.
Yeah.
Catering to people our age, and then waiting for the people who basically are a little bit younger to join in,
Yeah.
because the people our age, all you have to do is make the same damn show.
Copy and paste.
I
Literally.
mean, copy and paste and add a little bit in there. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
If you did that, I mean, like, what if they added, because the Avatar comic books that are out there, the graphic novels, you know, because there's some more information about Zuko's mother in those and stuff like that. So if they had like put that in the show, stuff like that, cater to the audience of the original people.
Mm-hmm.
Take that. You had a plethora of information. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You take that, you add on to it, and there you go. You have a great show on your hands. After that, then you pull in new fans. That's what Percy Jackson ended up doing.
Yeah.
People who originally read the books or saw the crappy movie, all of those people tuned in. And they ended up pulling in people who never read the books, never saw the movies.
I was one of them. And I loved the damn series because it was catered towards the
It was a
books
captive.
and
Exactly.
catered to people like me who never who never read the book, but also watched the movies.
But you know what it also did? Is the next thing that I was going to say. It also walked this line between having, like, keeping it so it would still, like, entertain a child. It wouldn't be too mature for a child.
Yeah.
It walked that fine line.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
Because the Percy Jackson books, this is just a side note, the Percy Jackson books were made for children. They weren't like YA novels. They weren't young adult novels.
Right. Right.
So they kept it aimed a little bit younger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I thought that was important. Avatar: The Last Airbender, they could still walk that line because it was something on Nickelodeon, but it was like one of those like teen Nick type things.
Right.
So it was still a little bit more aimed up a little bit higher, so they could still walk that TV-14 line.
Yep.
It wouldn't be hard.
Like, y'all gotta stay on your P's and Q's, man, because right now it doesn't look like it's gonna be a good show. I always say I hope it is. I hope it becomes a good show. But from all these tweets and from all these articles, I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
In my personal opinion.
And if they mess up anything about Uncle Iroh, I swear.
Yeah.
I swear. Because Uncle Iroh is one of the most genuine people in this show. Literally the show's constant character. He is the epitome of consistency. Don't y'all ruin Iroh for me. I kid you not.
Facts. Iroh is that boy.
We all need an Uncle Iroh.
We all need an Uncle Iroh.
Hashtag Uncle Iroh in your life. But
I think that there was one more thing I was gonna say, and I think I kind of just forgot what it was. Oh, and there's probably not going to be enough episodes in the season too, because lately a lot of shows haven't been willing to pay for not even 10 episodes, and that just keeps pissing me off.
you mean production
Can
studios? For you said shows aren't paying for the amount of
yeah, the studios, yeah.
Studios.
Aren't
Okay.
aren't willing to pay for more than 8 episodes, and that just makes me mad.
Same.
Because it just shows in the writing that they have to rush through everything, and it gets you through. It gets you what? They have to rush through the writing. It doesn't get you enough, man. And not only does it get you only 8 episodes, it gets you 8 episodes split into 2. It's split into 2 like little premieres, and you're like, what? What is this booty? We still haven't gotten part 2 of Invincible. I'm waiting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's actually late. They've admitted that it's late. Because it was supposed to come out last month. It should be coming out at the end of this month, but we're still waiting.
I'm saying I think it's not going to come in until March for Invincible.
I'm hoping at the end of this month, but March, something. And some people are like, "Oh, because of the writer strike, bro. We had to wait 2 years."
Right. Right.
Like it's
It's
one of those where
ridiculous.
you're like, it's one of those where you're like, can they hurry up at this point? Because it was already done. It's one of those things where you're like, that it was already done.
Mm-hmm. Like,
Because I'm only saying this, people, because they announced, they announced it at Comic-Con last year. I've had the dates written down for a while. They announced it. The creators announced it at Comic-Con last year. I've had it
she
written
has the
down.
receipts, damn it.
Yes, they announced it at Comic-Con in like November, I think.
Mm.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah. Studios, there's no point in
In
y'all
8 episodes, I'm over it.
eight episodes is ridiculous. I don't care if it's an hour. I really don't care if it's an hour.
At
Especially
least give
if
me an
you're
hour and a half if you only doing 8 episodes. I need some more time with these people.
facts.
This is ridiculous.
Facts.
Eight
These are
episodes is
shows.
not doing me.
I know y'all are trying to be like, oh, like you said, writer strike and they don't want to put enough money into it. The whole point of these type of shows is to gain money, but also do the production well.
They need to do what British television does. They need to make it an hour and a half long, and then they can give you your little 8 episodes. Because that's what British
Yeah.
television does. They give you an 8 episode season, and then they give you like 6 or 7 episodes,
Mm-hmm.
and an hour and 45 minutes. There you
There
go.
you go. There you go. That's all you got to do.
If you're gonna keep cheating me on how many episodes I get, at least give me more time.
For real. That's all you got to do.
But pick a struggle.
That's why Hollywood
Cause
is going down. And we're not yelling timber. Yeah. I know. Yeah. On that note,
yikes.
yeah.
The last thing I'm going to talk about is so X-Men. If you were born in the 90s, you've probably seen, you were a fan of superheroes, I guess. Um, you might have been a fan of the X-Men 92 show. Well, they're rebooting the show and they're making X-Men 97. And boy, howdy, if you haven't watched the trailer yet, you should watch the trailer
Yeah.
because it's lit. The
Mm-hmm.
trailer looks awesome.
Yeah. I
I was like,
never watched the X-Men series on TV, but I did watch the movies, and even because I didn't see it on TV, that looks like it's gonna be real good.
and
It's
yes,
gonna
it's
be
the
real good.
original designs from the X-Men 92 show, if anybody's wondering. Yeah, yes, it's the original. It's those original designs. So
Mm-hmm.
this actually looks really good. And I'm
Yeah.
talking about based off the trailer.
Yeah.
And usually based off the trailer, you can kind of tell if something looks like poop or not. And this
Facts.
looks good. This looks good.
It does.
And there's been some discourse online on whether it's woke or not, and
The whole premise
it
of
usually just tells me it's like one of those. It's like, tell me you've seen X-Men or not. It's
yeah.
like,
X-Men is the
you know,
epitome of
of what
everybody.
of what like woke is supposed to be,
Yeah.
of what woke is supposed to mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it's literally about civil rights. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it's one of those things that I just think it's funny that even thinking that X-Men could be the bad version, I guess, of woke, like checking boxes.
Yeah. Y'all
I
just
think is what people mean when they're saying, "Oh man, they're trying to make X-Men woke." Is also like, "Oh, they're trying to make it check boxes and whatnot like that." It's like, no, X-Men's always been there though.
yeah,
Like
like I'll be
they're
the
not checking boxes.
yeah, like I'll be the first person to call out some woke BS in a TV show or a movie. We both are, but when it comes to X-Men, like come on now. y'all just doing it just to do it. Y'all just trying to outrage just to outrage.
Yeah.
Come on now, be for real.
Probably, I'm not going to be the person that's going to be like, it's probably some conservative saying that, but it's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
To me, it's probably some person that's never actually read it's probably never read a comic book or never actually like watched the original series.
yeah,
So those people that's never actually read or watched the original like content.
yeah.
Like,
So,
indulge yourself.
mm-hmm.
Or even if you watch like the 2000s movies, you still get a little bit of that. Not nearly as
That's
much,
me.
but
That's me.
you still get
You still get
the
that sense of it.
this. You're right. You still get that sense of it.
Yeah.
It's more prevalent in the show. It's much more prevalent in the show.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
I would say it's like lighter in the movies, but it's much more prevalent in the show. The
Yeah.
show and the comic books it's
Yeah.
out there for you to. It's like the allegories are there.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, y'all. I think that's it. Got anything else, Gabby?
I don't think so. I mean, unless you want to talk about Legend of Korra some more.
All right, y'all. That's the end of this. We hope y'all enjoyed. Again, if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you follow us so that way you'll get notifications of when we upload. Of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think down in the comment section. What you're looking forward to with the new Avatar Last Airbender streaming on Netflix.
Tell us who your favorite character is.
That part. Yep.
I'll probably do a poll.
Yep. Do a poll. Interact with the poll because we get interactions, so that way we'll upload more for y'all. Upload this really good content. Again, all social medias are down in the link below. Have a good day. Get your popcorn ready for the next episode.
What? Oh. I was just saying what you said made no sense to me. Anywho, have a great day. What he said, all of that
We love y'all.
wonderful stuff.
Peace.
Yeah. Bye.